Oh, it doesn't make the noise.
Nope.
It sounds like Mario swimming. Mario 64.
I'm going to slice that right there so I can
I will give you a whole nickel if you can guess what he's doing today.
A whole nickel?
A whole nickel.
I mean,
can you afford that?
That's a good question. Yes, for those that might be curious, what did you say was the reason for adding?
The old wheel arch came to like about here, and since I'm running a 2-inch bigger wheel in the rear and I'm trying to have it pretty low, I had to cut it up, and so this actual inner fender well curved down like that. So my wheel, obviously, which is like much wider than the stock wheel, got in the way. But so I sliced it back and bent it up, but now I have to actually seal it because now once I glue the quarter panel on, I won't be able to get back here and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, because you have what, like a little 2-inch gap?
Yeah, so there's like a gap between the quarter panel and that. So now it's literally radius as high as it possibly can be without like tubbing the rear. That means like I'll have as much wheel clearance as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much the main goal. Make sure I don't rub the inner quarter.
I guess that's what the whole plan for today is.
Well, I would like to I'm gonna get these tacked in here, run some epoxy so it's like watertight, and then probably glue on roof and quarter panel. For the final time.
This is the moment you all have been waiting for. Dude, it is hot as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus. But, all right, enough jibber jabber. Oh, who is that? Coming in with the box.
Gotta finish weighing all this stuff so I can throw out all that junk. Now the Lexus is gonna be painted today. Put everything in it. Everything else going in the trash. Except for these seats. I'm saving those. I know people have been asking.
Bringing out the big guns. Ooh, kill him. Got that good handy dandy welder out. About to weld the arches.
Yeah.
It looks like you got one option because you want to squeeze through.
Boom.
Get all your hooping out?
Me?
Yeah.
No. That's why it's under the roof, so when it's storming, I'll still play.
He's contemplating.
I am.
You want to tell them
Know what you're contemplating?
what you're contemplating about?
What are you contemplating?
It's a secret. You can't tell.
What is that in your hand? Quick release for what?
We need to figure out where I'm putting the fuel inlet because my hatch is not going to be able to open. So I got to run this fuel filler neck somewhere.
Do it like the OG cars.
Yeah, but look at the height of it. It should be like...
Since your hatch won't open, just put it in your hatch. You got the little mock fit up right now?
Yep, it's ready to get welded.
Piece of shit, come on. Trying to scare you.
Trying to scare me, huh?
You putting another piece in the front and that little hole or no?
No, I'm just gonna foam it.
Look at us. Look at us in our safety gear. We got a mask on. He's got earmuffs. Oh, I'm gonna go pee. Look at this paint on my hand doesn't like make me grow a second.
Ooh, it's thunder. Oh, snaps.
All right, so now I need to etch prime all this.
His favorite word again.
Actually, no, I need to epoxy it first.
Speed grip. What is it? Is this technically 1 minute or is this 5 minutes?
It's 1 minute.
They say 1.
1 minute of working time.
Yeah.
It's got a little tip that mixes it inside this little like labyrinth of a maze-looking junk. This stuff is great for metal on metal. This is not the same stuff I'm going to be using to bond the actual quarter panel to the metal, because there's another one that's good for carbon fiber and composite. But all I'm doing here is filling all the gaps in between all this, because I don't want any water or anything to come up into this quarter panel and rust it.
Definitely looks a lot better.
It'll actually match up with the quarter panel now. Before there was like a gap you could like see between the two panels. That was basically showing that a whole bunch of shit is about to come up into your quarter panel. This way I can paint the back half of the quarter panel. I guess this is all just raw metal before, so it should be better than factory.
Yeah, I'm shocked. That's all raw metal. Very little rust.
That's just because it doesn't see very much weather, you know what I mean? It's inside of a quarter panel.
So next up is when that dries, I guess you're gonna be finally mounting the quarter panel for the last time.
Yes. Well, first I gotta etch prime and paint the inside of the quarter panel. And then I gotta trim off the bottom half of this. I'm actually gonna keep a little bit of this edge metal right here. Trim it down there. Trim off that section of metal, grind all of this, and then we're gonna bond it for the last time. Never be able to take off the quarter panel again.
Then get ready to start.
One step closer.
Do the last layer.
And then we can do, the last layer of carbon fiber across the whole thing. Do a whole bunch of resin, make it look pretty. It'll look just like this on the outside. It won't look like any of this 80 grit stuff. It'll be nice. This is at the absolute highest that this wheel tub can be. This is the inner shell and that's the outer shell, which is now welded to this new shell. This shell was pretty much a mirror of this. See how it like curves down like that? Curved down like that. And then the wheel arch came down to like here. I've raised the wheel arch like 4 inches just to tuck in these 17s. Because I'm gonna have this thing very low to the ground, but the fronts are 15. So the fronts, because you can't raise the front flare too high or it looks kind of crazy. And running huge 17-inch wheels up front, in my opinion, looks like shit on these cars, but I like the small, like 15-inch 3-piece wheels. Awesome. And RSs you can't go wrong with. So
It's officially raining, so if y'all hear raindrops dropping and background audio, you know why. But just wanted to inform y'all what we're doing with today. So what are you using a welding blanket for?
to block the paint.
Oh, so you don't get...
So when I was welding, I didn't have the welding blanket there. But after I was done welding, then I put the welding blanket there to block the spray paint. I used it on the other side, but I completely forgot on this side.
Yeah.
But the other side had the seat in it and stuff like that, so that mattered a little more. There's no fuel in the fuel cell right now, so none of that really matters. I need to get some tape up the back of these holes so none of the overspray gets on all of this stuff in my cage. But I think Greg's, oh, nope, Greg didn't steal it. Let me blame him.
Benefits. No tail lights. When you thought taping stuff up was over. It's back again.
Never over. Now I get to edge prime.
Your favorite paint of all the land.
People are like, why? When are they going to stop talking about edge primer?
Just get you a
Never.
t-shirt that say edge prime.
I don't know where the edge primer went actually. Oh, ooh. Give that a few minutes and then we'll hit it with some black. 2.8 pounds for an entire quarter panel. This right here, entire panel, weighs less than this. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
This weighs like 3.2. This weighs 2.8 pounds. That's insane.
And you about to get ready to bond it up? You were saying?
Yeah, so I'm just trimming the last bits. So I've trimmed this corner already. I've trimmed the other corner the same way. I'm leaving this last little edge of sheet metal because the bottom of this doesn't really have too much to, I need to stay structurally sound because I need to have my diffuser, bolt to, and stuff like that, so I need some more anchor plates for it. So cut this side the exact same way. Then we're gonna grind all the paint off of all the edges that are actually getting
What about the rest of this that you have taped up? You cutting that too, or?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut that. I have another one of these panels back in the paint shop. I need to make a carbon piece for the center. But for right now, I'm just gonna bond it to about like the center here.
You're sanding them down, I guess, to help it.
Yeah, so it has something to adhere to.
Like 80 grit?
That is actually 40.
40? I know it's very aggressive.
Hella aggressive. The hood actually has 3 layers on it too, so it's got one more. So we'll have to sand this down. I'll make sure all the panels that where the seams met up when it gets a little wobbly, I'll have to block it all straight. So the last layer that goes on will be dead straight.
Yeah, because we had a few people comment like, damn, we just got one video on the hood, and then it just disappeared.
There'll be plenty more. I gotta do bracing on the underside and maybe ducting. We'll see.
Ready to go?
Actually, I gotta do the roof too.
Dang.
So I have to trim a little bit of the roof actually.
Where at?
Where did I put it? You see where I started cutting this? This whole back lip needs to come off.
Hey, you just gonna use a cutoff wheel?
Yes, sir.
Man,
So
hopefully don't get all itchy.
I will.
What are we doing first? Quarter? The roof first? I can be a clamp. I will stay still. There you go.
I forgot to get my mic.
Damn it.
I mean,
Damn it.
it's working.
Wait, you're doing audio on that?
Yeah, I'm trying not to move too much. Because these little clamps on the
Why
side.
don't you just put a mic on it?
I just didn't feel like getting up. But I'm about to.
Oh, you should just do it right before we put this shit on.